Really excited about this week's podcast. We're talking about the Hydroxyburn Shred Challenge. Now, I've got a couple of hitters involved. These are two people that are going to be here to help everyone through the journey on this challenge. So I've got Tatiana here, who is our Nutritionist and Regulatory Officer here at Body Science. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Been in the snow. No one likes you. Clint Hill, who is our S&C guru. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, buddy. Yourself?
We're going to talk about the challenge. It's really exciting. It's exclusive to 50 people, and it's one-on-one mentoring, and it's all brought to you by the new Hydroxyburn Shred.
Welcome to the Body Science Podcast. As always, the information contained in this podcast is for the information purposes only and is not designed to diagnose or be prescriptive to treat, prevent, or manage any injury, disease, or other health-related condition.
Welcome to Body Science HQ, the world of fit, happy, healthy, and I'm dropping on the end of that Hydroxyburn Shred Challenge. So before we start, this isn't a challenge where you've got to buy supplements. This isn't a challenge where you've got to go and pay money to join. This is a competition. So we're going to put out that you tell us why you should be mentored by Tatiana and Clint on a, how long's the journey here, Tatiana?
8 weeks.
On an 8-week challenge to change yourself. And when we say change yourself, it's what you want. It's not what we want. The challenge isn't what we're saying you got to do. You don't have to lose the most weight or stand on scales or do anything like that. It's what you want. So the challenge is about you. So the theory here is we're going to mentor you through this process over that 8 weeks from both the perspective of nutrition, supplementation, if you go down that path, Clint with his S&C training, whether it's in a gym, whether it's not at a gym, whether it's in a park, wherever you want to train, we're going to be very, very one-on-one and 50 lucky people are going to be involved. So Tatiana, let's start off with you. Do you just want to tell people a little bit about yourself? And the reason I say that is Tatiana was the brainchild of this. She came to me and said, Greg, can we just run a challenge for 50 people and mentor them through it? And of course I went no. And then she explained to me why this would be a really good idea because our challenges are we normally work with our partners and challenges. You know, that's traditionally what we do. We come in and we offer a lot of the skill set with our partners and we love that. That relationship is really solid. So this one here is a challenge for the individuals. There's 50 people that can win. So Tatiana, a little bit about yourself.
I did a bachelor in public health with a major in nutrition and health promotion. So that explains a lot of my background. I did a master's in nutrition and dietetics and I just finished a master's in public health. So I do come from a health promotion, public health background. So I'm all about empowering people to change their health on their own. So that's the whole point of the challenge is, again, we're here for whoever is taking part on this, but we're here to guide you to get smarter with your food and your exercise so you're empowered to carry it through the rest of your life so you can do it on your own.
Look, it's going to be awesome to change 50 people's lives. I'm really excited about this. And Clint, you've jumped on. You don't do a lot of this challenging stuff because you're pretty much coaching these days, training trainers and creating our new level 4 PTs and doing all that fun. And you do a lot of team stuff as well. You put your hand up and said, you know what, I want to get into this mass pops and play and I really want to mentor 50 people.
Yeah, I think the big piece in this for me is being able to work alongside T and really get involved to change people's lives. That it's not just that the typical challenge about, you know, dropping weight or whatever it happens to be with these ridiculously, smashing calorie controlled diets. This is about, a lifestyle change and an understanding through, not just through the Body Science family, but through, new people to the fam and extending that I guess the circle that we play in and really opening it up to a whole bunch of new people to see what kinds of exciting things we can change in an 8-week block.
I'm really excited. This is a really cool thing we're doing here to get out and do and to pick 50. Like Tatiana's bitten off a big hunk of her time here.
Sorry.
And look, before we go any further, bodyscience.com.au/hydroxyburn shred. And that's just one word. So that's HYDROXYBURNSHRED. If you go there, you can enter the competition. By the time you're hearing this podcast, it is open. One thing I do want to say there is I'm sorry that's got so many letters in that domain name. That's a big domain name. So we probably should have cut that down. But, calories are calories. So let's rock on. Clint, what are you going to offer? And I mean, Tatiana, I'm going to get to you at the end because obviously everything's done in the kitchen. We get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Without that, nothing changes. Clint can have you getting fitter, stronger and all that type of stuff. But if your goal is weight loss, we're not going to win that fight. So I want to get Clint on board to talk about some of the things he's going to do and where he's at. And then we'll dig more into the meaning of it and the ethos of it with you, which is what you set up. So Clint, why do we need an S&C guy to come in and help someone on a and we're not a weight loss challenge, on a challenge?
Yeah. Look, I guess the big piece of this for me was was that I wanted to show that it wasn't just about, I guess, in-gym programs, and especially, being the moment, we're currently in lockdown as we're recording this podcast, but we'll hopefully be back out of that very shortly. I wanted to make sure that people understood that it's about the type of programming that we're going to use. So the balance of indoor, outdoor, some yoga, a whole bunch of different things to make sure that that's all of those pieces are covered off, and show people what a really good program was about.
Yeah, nice.
Show that links up with your nutrition and links up with your supplementation to make sure that we're in a position where we cover the holistic view of health, fitness, and also lifestyle. So for me, that's a big piece in sort of collaboration with, you guys and T and everyone involved.
So you're not going to have us eating salads and sitting on a treadmill for 3 hours a day, which is great.
Well, sitting on a treadmill is probably not going to do you too much good. You probably need to walk on it to start with. But,
is that where I'm going wrong, man? I knew I was doing something wrong.
Look, I know that it might sound obvious to a lot of people out there, but, incidental calories are a big thing. So, so maybe sitting on it might work for some. But, I really want to make sure that this particular challenge and me putting my name to a challenge like this, which I've never done before, shows that, we've gone through the training program, we've gone through the protocols, we've gone through the understanding of what we're trying to achieve here for these 50 people. And, look, I'm really excited to do that and then link it up with some mindset stuff, some daily routines, some rituals, some habits, and hopefully change some people's lives, dramatically along the way.
I love it, mate. And you know what I forgot to do at the beginning of this? I forgot for you to give people a little bit about your bio and who you are. So maybe a good way to end what you've just said is to drop in, why the Clint Hill experience is really important to us here at Body Science for this challenge.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, mate. I guess, my background is a master's degree in human biomechanics and then into a second master's degree in strength and conditioning. I've worked a lot with professional athletes, professional teams, semi-professional teams, and individual athletes, which obviously is why, I first came into contact with Body Science in 2004 when I was working at the West Tigers. From there, it's been a relationship that's just grown and grown. But I guess for the audience out there that are listening to this today, a big part of what I want to do now and what I have been doing is playing in the mentoring space around trainers and continuing education.
For those people out there, like Body Science has been around forever, so we've got a lot of friends. An actor comes to us and says, look, I want to be trained. Clint's the guy we send him to. That's somebody that we can just step away then and know that we're in good hands. We don't have to worry about what's happening. And all 50 of you will be in good hands too. And Clint, you're really going to enjoy working with Clint. I do a lot of go-to with Clint on stuff. It's going to be exciting. Tatiana, why are we doing a challenge?
So I just wanted to go back a little bit to what
let's
Clint
do what you want then, Tatiana. I'm happy to do what you want. Let's go. I'll just lean back in the chair
because he
here.
said a few words that were really important for us. The first chat we had when we came over to the Gold Coast, and it was really nice to see that we're on the same page, was a holistic approach to this. And that incorporates that being consistent, being sustainable, because that's the biggest problem with a lot of the challenges is that people are on minimal calories. They're on training sessions that are really not sustainable for them. And then once the challenge is done, they
look, I'm going to jump in here. If the challenge is a weight loss challenge, that's what it is. We're not here to say that's a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
But this challenge is a challenge for the individual. That's why there's 50 different people we're picking. And you guys really, you guys don't want to have people leaving the end of this without knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the second thing is education is really important for both of us. So in 8 weeks, people are really educated to make better choices for their life. And I think going back to holistic as well is being able to be social, and you're not on the corner of the room eating a chicken salad when your whole family is having pasta. Being able to have that balance, because that makes it sustainable and it's a lot easier to have a healthy lifestyle.
She just loves pasta, Clint. Like every time we talk as a triathlete, because Tatiana is a triathlete who's competed for her country, pasta. Pasta.
That's rice and beans.
I know. It's changed a little bit these days. Hey team, it's Greg from Body Science here. The Hydroxyburn Shred is back on shelf. It's our new therapeutic, has all the taste. And if you're looking for a better thermogenic, we've really pushed for the pursuit of a better thermogenic. Full disclosure on the labelling. What do we mean? Caffeine levels have changed. We all know the rules have changed. The ingredients have changed. The claims have changed. We have a clean label with premium quality ingredients for you. So what does that mean for you? You can look at things like metabolism, energy, sugar metabolism, fat metabolism, cognitive function, thyroid, and just general health and well-being, and it's all on the label. If you're taking a fat burner now and it doesn't say it on the label, have a look at it and go, why? Get on board. So why is empowerment, and you mentioned a sustainable, healthy life, why is that important?
Well, because we don't want to keep losing weight and putting on again and not understanding why we're going through that process. Being sustainable means that you can go out sometimes, you can be social, but you can go back and be educated and know what the healthy choices are. Because if you're following a strict diet that you don't really understand,
You can only fail.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't go out of that. And that's where it actually is a snowball effect, because people get out of that and they freak out and they try to eat even less. And that's really not sustainable. And that's why we see so many people putting on weight and losing and just that yo-yo effect that really doesn't work. And it's actually worse for your health in general.
And so I guess one of the cool parts here is the mentoring and the changing of diets through these 8 weeks, because that's probably the big difference here to getting a cookie cutter, let's join a competition and try and win something where, the strategies are pretty simple, calories in, calories out.
Yeah.
This is more going to be, hey, my lifestyle is this. I do travel. I do have kids. I do have that. And we're going to customize 50 people's lives. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think that's what we want as well. We want to have that engagement with everyone. 50 people sounds little for us, sounds like a lot of work, but 50 people is enough for us to be able to engage with everyone and give everyone the right attention. We're excited to hear that feedback as well and see what people are struggling with. So we're actually going to learn a lot from this, I think.
There'll be a lot of learnings for us from this. Like it's going to be a really cool concept for understanding how people, because you get caught in a bubble, don't you? When you live in fitness or you live in nutrition or dietetics or wherever people live, you get caught in that. Like when I tell people that sometimes we get phone calls, customer service, like, how do you get the protein through the little hole in the shaker? They don't even know the lid. And that's not taking the piss. Like, we just use shakers every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, and that's what it is. We need to really understand that the world outside of our little bubble is something that needs to learn.
Yeah.
And I think you two are going to do a really great job at that. So what's going to be the base of this, Tatiana? How's it going to, like, say I'm going to enter, and look, we're going to enter through bodyscience.com.au/Hydroxyburn Shred. Now, Hydroxyburn Shred is one word. Just go in there, just follow the prompts on the page. Everything you'll need to know is there. We're all about transparency here. We're not here to lie. Like, this is true. This is happening live. It's something that's happened quickly.
Yeah.
It's not something we planned 12 months for. So that's why I know that you guys are going to overservice in this space, because it's going to be something really exciting and new. So getting back to that, what platform or how are we going to work this through?
So a few years ago, we created the My Body Science platform.
Yep.
So we got, you go in, put all your information, and we calculate your energy requirements from that.
So when you say calculate your energy requirements, what does that mean to people who don't know what that means?
Okay, so you're going to come and tell us what type of exercise you do during the day. If it's none, it's none. If it's 10 times a week, it's 10 times a week. Plus your daily activities, so that includes your job. So if you're a trader, you'll be high activity levels during the day. If your desk job, really low. We take all of that into consideration. We get your weight and your height, because that's the volume of your body. And from there, we calculate how much energy, so how much food you need to have throughout the day to survive. But that comes out as the basal metabolic rate. So that's really all you need just to breathe, just to exist.
So am I getting a list of my macros at that stage?
Yeah, so this is all calculated. So once you get that and you tell me, I want to lose weight, I want to maintain weight, I want to put on weight, get stronger, we'll come and with that calculation give you a food plan.
What system did you use to work out my macros, my basic metabolic rate, my energy levels, whatever you're calling it? Like, have we just plucked that out of the air? Like, how do I know that's for me?
That's a standard calculation to calculate your energy requirements.
Obviously, you've done 3 master's degrees, so I understand it's standard to you. But for us people sitting on the couch wondering, should we get off our ass and actually go into this? How do I know I'm getting good data?
That is perfect for you, because the calculation I put into the system with our tech guys, it takes into account your height, weight, as I said, your age as well, and your gender. So female and males have different requirements. So that's calculated
so it's about
for
me.
You. Yeah.
And it's the level of someone who's qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's what the calculation that I do is a page long. When you come for a consult, that's the calculation that I do by hand.
Yep.
We'll have that into the system and it's done on the spot for you.
Nice. And Clint, if I'm entering this and I'm saying, hey, I want to train 3 times a week, what's your general feel on where you think I'll be after 8 weeks? Do you think I'm going to be training more than 3 times a week by the end of it?
No, look, the very simple fact here is that when we discussed this, we wanted to make sure that not just your nutritional needs, but also your physical needs were all met. Obviously, we want people to be active a minimum of 30 minutes a day, okay, at least 5 to 6 days a week.
Yep.
But that might be in the sense of 3 1-hour training sessions. It doesn't particularly matter which format we run that through, but we're going to make sure it's fully personalised for you to get that correct. T's obviously done all of the nutritional guidelines around this, the calculations, gone through all the scientific processes that are required to get the best result for each individual and make sure that we've got the ability to really hone this in and make it exactly the way we want for each individual, regardless of their wants and needs.
And mate, just to make it a little bit harder, and I do appreciate what you just said there, you're also a rehab expert. When I say expert, you spend a lot of time in that rehab place of sport. So if someone's got a little niggle here or there, don't not join because you don't have it. We can work around any little issues that are in place here.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's whether it comes down to an injury, whether it comes down to the equipment you have available, our job, or my job in this particular case, to make sure that your training program is 100% designed and suited for you. T's obviously got the drama of the foods, dislikes, likes, etc. But I've got the challenge of injuries, age, former, training background, and anything that particular person doesn't have access to.
So we've got all types of training covered, and we've got all types of diets covered too.
We're going to have a Facebook page. We're going to have Zoom calls. We can constantly talk to people and really manage it around their needs. And that's the whole thing of the challenge. We're calling it a challenge, but it's a lot more about us having the opportunity to have 8 weeks with you guys to really tailor everything around you.
You're not doing another master's by any chance, are you? And you're strapping this on?
I'm trying to.
I bet you would.
PhD, I should go to PhD.
Probably had to call it a challenge so that people understood that there was an element of an 8-week block of training that came into it. But realistically, this is a way for people to change their life. It's not just a challenge. And, I wish we could get rid of that word, but it just gives it a really good, clean summary as to what we're trying to achieve.
And commitment as well is important, that the commitment is to yourself. And if you want to do it, you have to understand that that's something that you have to commit to, because we can just do so much if you're not doing it at home. We can talk. And if you don't get home and do your part, it's really difficult. Want to do it,
yeah, exactly. If you're not going to challenge yourself, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So let's throw it out there. I'm thinking about doing this. So let's just say I am thinking about doing this, and Tatiana's nodding her head at me going, you should. What type of things do you two want to hear to pick your 50 people? And I don't want to make this any bias at all, but what I don't want is people to think, I want to lose 5 kilos, and they think that's where we're at. Like, what are you looking to get from this in your picking your 50 people?
So for me, I'm not marking an exam. So if you show me that you're confused and you've been struggling for years, there's a lot of...
So you want the hard cases?
I do, because that's the people that I really want to help. I understand. For me, I've studied nutrition for over 14 years, and sometimes...
Honey, you look 12.
I know. Sometimes. That's why I want to do a PhD. Imagine me being called a doctor. Imagine you have to call me a doctor in the office. But I sometimes I get confused with new information coming through, because there's so much information out there, and people are getting really confused, and that is affecting their health. So I want people to be realistic. Look, I've been struggling for this many years. I'm committed. I want to change. I've tried all these different diets and I struggled. I want to hear your story. It's about us being part of your story, because this is what we want to do.
And what about you, Clint? What are you looking for? Because obviously you're both going to pick who comes through, and there's no bias here. We want to get 50 people that we can change their life. What are you looking for from people when they enter?
Yeah, look, it's really good. When I was up there a couple of weeks ago and we sort of had this discussion, I kind of thought about it in the sense that I want to kind of grab 5 different kind of groups. 10 people from an area that 10 of them might be rehab based, 10 of them might be people that are ex-footy players, ex-athletes that really don't actually know how to train and how to eat anymore because they've come from that world. Then there might be some weight loss people thrown in there, and then there might be another group. For me, this is a big open slather. I really want to change some people's lives. So whatever method and whatever your reason, I want to hear it. We want to hear it together, and we're going to go through and we're going to pick those 50 people that we think we can make the biggest change with.
Yeah, and Nathan texted me this week and he said when we're doing this, anything they need from Body Science is on us as well. So it's about what we can do and where we can go together. It's not about, trying to get 50 people to buy subs off us. We don't care about that. It's a long-term learning, life-changing experience. And from Nathan and our perspective and the whole team at Body Science, we're going to offer it out to staff as well. Anyone on the team who wants to actually jump on board and challenge themselves for 8 weeks can as well. But it's really for us about changing lives.
Yeah, and I think that My Body Science started with that concept as well. Our creative brief was along those lines of empowering people and educating people. And it wasn't about selling supplements. It was about creating a healthier Australia and possibly extending it to New Zealand or wherever we're going. But it was along those lines as well. So I think the challenge just follows that path.
Beautiful. So bodyscience.com.au/Hydroxyburn Shred. So for people out there that are wondering, when does this start? The 7th today. You listen to this podcast. It is, applications are on. I've been joking about that web address, bodyscience.com.au/Hydroxyburn Shred, but jump online now. They close on the 14th. So for 7 days, you've got 7 days to think about what you want to put. Enter it in. On the 14th, we will close that. On the 21st, we will announce the 50 people that we're going to mentor through this program. I'm really excited about that. And let's not muck around. Let's start on the 23rd. Yep. So the challenge will go for 8 weeks from the 23rd. And Tatiana, let's just throw it out there. What do they get for those 50 people that start with us, apart from your time, Clint's time, and the programs and the food plans and the training? And if they need anything from us at Body Science, what do they get?
So because
give me more, Tatiana, please.
So every month, so they're going to get it twice. The Hydroxyburn Shred, which is the thermogenic, nootropic thermogenic.
Yep.
They're going to get a choice of protein between Lean 5 and the Clean Vegan Protein, and a vitamin. So you're going to get it twice. So you get it every month, every 4 weeks.
So you've got a base pack they're going to get.
Yep. So you
so
get
if there's overs above, we've got them covered on that as well. But from a base perspective, you're just going to cover some macros and micros here.
First week you're going to get back, and then 5th week you're going to get a pack to get you through the 8 weeks.
Yep.
That will have your energy booster sort of supplement, which is the Hydroxyburn Shred, is a nootropic thermogenic.
Yep.
You're going to get your choice of protein, so either Lean 5 or the Clean
Vegan. Which makes you feel nice and full and yummy, or the Clean Vegan, which is probably our biggest selling protein.
Will help with hunger, will help with high protein snacks. So we'll go through that.
And we'll learn to cook and use those functionally. It's not just slugging shakes.
Exactly. And the nutrition programs have a lot of options. So I'll go through that with them as well. And then into your micronutrients to make sure we're on top of vitamins and minerals.
Yep.
You get either the multivitamin or the zinc magnesium B6, which is great for muscle recovery as well.
So if I was smart and I was talking to you two, I'd go, I really need to get my micros, right? So I need the multivitamin, but hey, I cramp a lot. Can I get the other one as well?
Yeah. So I think what I decided and Clint decided is that at the end of this challenge, we're going to choose 2 people that will be the winners. And we'll say it again, it's not about the most weight loss. No, it's about your experience. It's about posting photos and feedback on not just weight loss, but I feel great, I'm sleeping well, my stress levels are down, I have more energy to play with my kids. Whatever your feedback is, we want to hear it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be counting to find the winners. We're going to continue for 8 extra weeks with training and nutrition.
Are you going to mentor the 2 winners for another 8 weeks after?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right, Clint?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's valued, would be valued in about $1,000 for nutrition for 8 weeks. And Clint would be a bit
charges
more.
That now.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, he finished his 2 master's degree before I did.
So anyone out there, bodyscience.com.au/Hydroxyburn Shred, please don't hesitate. Get in, join. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be great to build a tribe. I think there'll be a lot of lifelong friends made from this experience too.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to welcoming more people into the Body Science family, and that's all about the challenge.
Yeah. And anyone else out there that is looking to change their life, Body Science supplements are available at most leading health food stores. There's some really good retailers out there. They're experts in this space. Make sure you chat with them. Now available at Coles. There's a range at Coles that's really good of bars. There's some creatines and some pre-workouts there now, which is awesome. And obviously, if you're looking to shop online, places like Australian Sports Nutrition, Nutrition Warehouse, Chemist Warehouse, they all stock the Body Science range, not to mention bodyscience.com.au. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers, guys.